Hey guys, and welcome back to another HZ Studios tutorial. Today we're going to go over how to make a carved text effect for your text in Adobe Photoshop. Now, I have this nice wood background here. You can get this off of Google, off of any picture site, stock photo, anything like that. And you can get concrete, wood, stone, really any sort of background texture that you want. And you can make it so your text looks like it is, as if it was carved into the background. So I have my text here. I have just typed out text in the Couture font. I made it pretty big just to match my background, just to make it pretty much front and center in the middle of the page. So I'm going to go ahead and paste the layer style that you guys are going to want. Look how it almost looks as if you have this nice shadow, which allows it to make as if it's carved into the wood. Nice little strokes. So let's just go ahead and go over these layer styles. Go ahead and click the effects pane. I'll go ahead and bring this right here. So first, bevel and emboss. You do want to bevel and emboss, chisel hard, and you, of course, with all of these settings, depending on the font you use, you can adjust like the depth and the shading and all this stuff to make your text look more carved depending on the font. So at least for this text, we have a emboss with the technique is chiseled hard. 500% depth, direction down. This is a big thing with carved text. If you put it up, it's going to make it look as if it's popping out of the page. If you want to go for that style, go ahead. But for the sake of carving into wood, you want to have the direction at down. Next, I decided just bump up the size a little bit. And with your shading, you want to make this gloss contour, this selection right here, this sort of middle curve. Because this, if I change it back, it makes it sort of lighter. If you want to match the background exactly, you can go with this normal gloss contour. I like it a little darker, just to make as if it's really shaved in there. So I decided to go with this gloss contour right here. And another big thing, shadow mode multiply, and you want to put your opacity to 100%. And that'll just depend on how dark you want it to be. If you want it to be lighter, you can bump it down to say like 0% will give you the exact same color as your background, and 100%, which I like, gives that little dark texture to it. Next, your contour. Doesn't really matter under contour, just check that. These should be the default settings. Your stroke, again, this text tutorial is actually pretty easy. Pretty much the bevel and emboss, the inner shadow, and the drop shadow are the things you're really going to want to pay attention to here. The stroke is just a normal 3-pixel outside stroke. Inner shadow, bump. I decided to put the angle right here just to make it as if this little inner shadow right here. I'll just show you guys. So if I get rid of that, it sort of looks as if it's just printed on. So if you bump up the opacity to around 87, 90%, it really looks like it's been carved in. I upgraded the distance to 16 pixels. And then the inner shadow, or excuse me, the outer glow, just a little outer glow to... It's really just for aesthetics. It's really not going to make or break your carved text. I decided to put it out there because it looks nice. It has a little white glow to the bottom of it. And then finally your drop shadow. Again, make this sort of the same angle as your inner shadow as I did here, 86%. And just give it no distance, because if you put distance, it's going to look as if it's jetting off of the page and it's sort of levitating over your background. So put distance at 0 and put your size at a decent amount. So that is how to make your text look carved in Adobe Photoshop. If you guys like this tutorial, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to see more Photoshop tutorials, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Lost within a dream, trying to find the answer to the question, and it seems that love makes the world feel good. Singing in the moonlight, dancing in the rain.